Rahim, Peshawar Public School and College. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Unit number 9. Today the topic of discussion is lecture number 5, Equilibrium Constant, its units and importance. So equilibrium constant can be defined as the ratio of mathematical product of concentration of products at equilibrium to the mathematical product of concentration of reactants raised to the power of coefficient present in the balanced chemical equation. As we have already discussed in our previous topics, the definition of equilibrium constant. So look at the general equation, like A moles of A will react with B moles of B and result in the formation of products. Then the Kc, equilibrium constant expression, can be written in the following ways, in which the coefficients are written denoted by the small letters C, D, A and B, and the above C and D which are written, they shows the mathematical product of equilibrium concentration of product, and the below denominators show the mathematical product of equilibrium concentration of reactants, each raised to the power of coefficient present in the balanced chemical equation. Now the unit of equilibrium constant Kc. The unit of equilibrium constant Kc, it depends upon the equilibrium constant expression for the given reaction. Like the equilibrium constant expression, they will be different for different reactions. So for this we will study this in 3 topics, in 3 cases. Case number 1 is when the number of moles of reactants and the products, they are equal. In this case, the Kc has no unit. Like they have given an example, when 1 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of iodine, it result in the formation of 2 moles of hydrogen iodide. As on the reactant side, hydrogen has 1 mole, iodine has 1 mole, so the total number of moles on the reactant side is 2, while on the product side it is also 2. So when the number of moles of reactant and product are equal, there will be no unit. Like as they have shown, when we write the equilibrium expression Kc, and when we put the unit in each case, like for hydrogen iodide there is a power of 2, so we will write moles per dm cube whole power 2, while for the below each reactant we will write moles per dm cube, moles per dm cube. So they all will cancel out each other, and in the result there will be no unit when the number of moles of reactant and products are equal. The brackets show the concentration. Now case number 2, when the number of moles of products are greater than the number of moles of reactant, in this case the Kc has unit for this reaction. Like they have given an example, nitrogen tetraoxide, when it will decompose, it will give 2 moles of nitrogen dioxide. As in the reaction shows, in reactant there is only 1 mole, while in the product there are 2 moles, so the product number of mole is greater than the reactant number of mole. Then when we put in the equation, in the equilibrium constant expression, we will put the values of the units, like moles per dm cube whole square divided by moles per dm cube. So the moles per dm cube and moles per dm cube I will write separately in the numerator, and in the denominator it is 1 time, so it is given also. So the above 1 moles per dm cube cancel out the below moles per dm cube, and 1 moles per dm cube will be left, which is the unit of Kc, in this case when the number of moles of product is greater than the number of moles of reactant. So it means in this case there is a unit. Now case number 3, when the number of moles of product is less than the number of moles of reactant, in this case the Kc also has unit, which show that the unit of the Kc depend upon the equilibrium expression. So here we have taken an example of ammonia formation, in which 1 number of moles of nitrogen react with 3 number of moles of hydrogen. So the total number of moles of reactant, it is 4, while the product side there are only 2 number of moles. So in this case the number of moles of reactant is greater than the number of moles of the product. Now by putting the values in the rate equation, moles per dm cube whole square, in case of ammonia there is a power of 2 on product side or in the numerator, while in below there is 1 mole of nitrogen, so 1 time moles per dm cube, and 3 moles of hydrogen. So power is 3 in case of reactants in the denominator, moles per dm cube whole cube. So the above moles per dm cube, which has power of 2, it will cancel with the below 1 moles per dm cube and 1 from the cube moles per dm cube. They will cancel each other, and now we will get 1 by moles per dm cube whole square. So when we write it in simple form, like when we remove the square, it will become 1 by moles square and dm minus 6. But when we write it in simple form, like when we remove 1 and the denominator value goes to the above side to the numerator, it becomes mole square is written below, it becomes per mole square, and the dm minus 6 becomes dm plus 6 when we carry it to the numerator. So per mole square dm plus 6 is the unit in this case when the number of moles of product is less than the number of moles of reactant. Now calculation of value of equilibrium constant from the equilibrium expression. Actually in this topic we will discuss that from as if we have the equilibrium expression and different values of the concentration of reactants and products are given, and when we put them in the equilibrium expression or equilibrium equation, we can get the value of equilibrium constant. But generally the value of equilibrium constant, it can be calculated if we know the concentration of reactants and products in the equilibrium expression. The value used in the equilibrium constant expression they are in the concentration term, they are not in the number of moles terms, because concentration you already know from your previous courses, it is the number of moles per dm cube. So these are the concentration of reactants and products at equilibrium. It means the concentration which we are taking, these are the equilibrium concentrations. Now the example, numerical example, that is 9.3 which is provided in the textbook. So the concentration of hydrogen in iodine, which is given 0.04 moles per dm cube, while that of hydrogen iodide is given 0.08 moles per dm cube. Now find the Kc value. So as the equation is provided, hydrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of iodine, it results in the formation of 2 moles of hydrogen iodide. This is an equilibrium expression. And when we write the data from the above question, like the hydrogen number of mole is given, in the same way iodine number of moles is given, hydrogen iodide, which is the product, its number of mole is given. So when we write the equilibrium expression like Kc, it's equal to number of moles of hydrogen iodide power 2 divided by number of moles of hydrogen and number of moles of iodine. Now after putting the values from the data, we will get the value of Kc as equal to 4. So now from this example number 9.3, we have calculated the value of Kc by putting the values of concentration of reactants and products in the rate expression in the equation. Example number 9.4, the concentration of carbon monoxide is given, which is 0.0600 moles per dm cube, and the water concentration is given, which is 0.120 moles per dm cube, and the carbon dioxide concentration is given, which is 0.150 moles per dm cube, and the hydrogen is given, which is 0.300 moles per dm cube. So now calculate the value of Kc for the following reaction. So as the equation is provided, then we will write the data. The different concentrations of the reactant and the products are provided, which we will write in the data. Now the equilibrium constant expression we will write from the above equation, in which the product concentration are written above and the reactant concentrations are written below. Now we have to calculate the Kc from the above given values. So by putting the values from the data in the equilibrium expression, we will get the answer, that is 6.25. The value of Kc from the above given values, we will get this value 6.25. Now there is another practice problem on page number 15 in the textbook 9.4. An equilibrium mixture consists of 6.4 into 10 power minus 3 moles per dm cube of nitrogen. In the same way 1.7 into 10 power minus 3 moles per dm cube of oxygen, and 1.1 into 10 power minus 5 moles per dm cube of nitric oxide. What is the equilibrium constant at this temperature? So now the data we will write from the question. In data the different values of concentrations of the different reactants and products, And now we can write the chemical equation. Here no chemical equation is provided in the question. So dear students, you must have the ability to write the equilibrium expression and the chemical equation from the question. Like they told you that nitrogen react with oxygen, it means these are the reactants. And they told you that nitric oxide is formed, so it is the product. And when we write the balanced chemical equation, so 1 mole of nitrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen, it results in the formation of 2 moles of nitric oxide. Now by putting the values in the expression from the data, we will get answer of 1.11 into 10 power minus 3, which is the value of Kc. Now the next topic is importance, significance or applications of equilibrium constant. So now the value of equilibrium constant, it is specific and it remains constant at a particular temperature. Like for each equation, for each reaction, the value of the equilibrium constant, it will be different or it will be specific. Now actually this Kc or the equilibrium constant value, where it can help us, and it will help us in, first of all, in the determining the direction of reaction, and number second, it help in the prediction of extent of reaction, and in the same way in the third, which we will discuss here, that is the effect of external conditions on the position of equilibrium. So the first one which we will take, which is given in the textbook on page number 15-16, that is prediction of direction of reaction. Like it means that if we know about the value of the Kc, so we can calculate from it, or we can determine that the reaction go to which direction. We can determine from the value of the Kc. So for this purpose, we compare the value of Kc with the value of Qc. But now the question arises, what is Kc here and what is Qc here? So as written here, Kc is actually the ratio of product of equilibrium concentration of products to the product of equilibrium concentration of reactants. The first product term is mathematical, and the last product word is for the products which you will get when the reactants combine. So actually the Kc is the ratio between the equilibrium concentration of products and reactants, while Qc is the ratio of product of initial concentration of products to the product of initial concentration of reactants. It means that Qc is the ratio between the initial concentration of the product to reactants, while Kc is the ratio between the equilibrium concentration of products to the reactants. Now number one, which we will take, that is the prediction of direction of reaction. So while when we are going to predict the direction of reaction, we come across three conditions. Like number one, we will compare the Qc and the Kc value. So number one condition will be that condition in which the Qc value will be smaller than Kc. The second will be in which the Qc value will be greater than Kc value. And the third condition will be in which the Qc will be equal to Kc. Now we will discuss them one by one in detail. But actually here we have supposed that the Kc is equal to K equilibrium. Means here, as I have told you in the definition, that Kc is actually the equilibrium, the ratio between the equilibrium concentration of product and reactant. So I will write like Kc is equal to the K equilibrium. So now the first case, we will take the first condition, that is if the Qc value is less than Kc. So here actually, as we know from the equation, the above equation, they have written the expressions that the K equilibrium is equal to the equilibrium concentration of products divided by equilibrium concentration of reactants, and Qc is written as the initial concentration, which they have taken as 0. Somewhere they have given that it is the concentration at any time, while in some books it's given it is the initial concentration, the Qc. So it is the ratio between the initial concentration of product to the reactant concentration, initial concentration. So 0 show that the initial concentration is given here. As we know from the equation that the Qc, it has direct relation with the products as written on the right side. It means when the value of the Qc will be greater, the product amount will be greater. So here in the condition number 1, suppose if we suppose that equilibrium concentration is equal to 1, like if we suppose the Kc, which we will take equal to K equilibrium concentration, if suppose we will take it equal to 1, now we can express these conditions like number 1 condition is Qc is less than Kc. It means if the QC is less than Kc or the K equilibrium, so if we put the value of the Kc, which is K equilibrium, that is equal to 1, so we will get the equation now becomes QC is less than 1. It means that the QC has values less than 1 means it will be in decimals. And it also show that the amount of the product in the equation, it will be very less as compared to the amount of reactants. Like they have given here that the product concentration is less than the reactant concentration, and to maintain the equilibrium, again the reaction goes in the forward direction to form more products. Actually in simple words, इनके कहने का मतलब यहाँ पर इस इक्वेशन में ये बनता है कि अगर आपके पास QC की वैल्यू 1 से कम है तो इसका मतलब है कि उसकी वैल्यू डेसिमल में आ गई, जैसे 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, जो कि शो करती है क्योंकि QC का डायरेक्ट रिलेशन जो है वो प्रोडक्ट्स के साथ है, और अगर QC कम होगा तो इसका मतलब है कि प्रोडक्ट्स कम हैं। यहाँ पर प्रोडक्ट्स की कंसंट्रेशन कम है, जैसे कि आपको मैथमेटिकली बता दिया गया है कि रिएक्टेंट्स आर इन मोर अमाउंट वाइल द प्रोडक्ट्स आर इन लेस अमाउंट। बट हेयर वी विल डिस्कस हेयर नाउ कि रिएक्शन अब किस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा ताकि इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन हो जाए। तो अब जाहिर है जब प्रोडक्ट्स कम हैं तो रिएक्टेंट्स और कंज्यूम होंगे और वो प्रोडक्ट्स बनाएंगे, तो उसके लिए रिएक्शन को फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में जाना पड़ेगा। एक्चुअली यहाँ पर ये हमें फ्यूचर के हालात के बारे में बता रहे हैं कि फ्यूचर में आगे क्या होगा, अगर प्रोडक्ट्स कम है तो रिएक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा। So to attain the equilibrium, the net forward reaction will occur in this case when the QC value will be less than the Kc, and Kc actually show the equilibrium concentration while QC show the initial concentration, or it may show the concentration at any time during a reaction. Now condition number 2, that if the QC value is greater than Kc, now opposite is the case. So in this case when we put the value of Kc, equilibrium concentration, which is suppose we have taken it as 1, so if QC is greater than Kc and we put the value of Kc that is 1, so QC is greater than 1, it means the value of the QC, which has direct relation with the product concentration, it will be greater than 1, suppose 1.5 or 2, 3, 4, maybe any values. And so it shows that the product concentration is greater here. Like if the QC has a direct relation with the product, it means that the products are present in large amount while the reactants are present in small amount. So for maintaining the equilibrium condition, now where the reaction will go next. So to attain equilibrium, the net reverse reaction will occur as shown by the red headed arrow, the red color arrow, that the backward direction, the reaction will occur in the backward direction to get more reactants to make them in balance with the product concentration, as the product concentrations are greater here and the reactant concentration are less. So when the products will decompose and more reactant will form and then they become balanced. जैसा कि गर्ल्स आप लोग जानते हैं ली चार्टियर प्रिंसिपल में भी हमने यही पढ़ा था कि अगर सिस्टम में कमी होगी थोड़ी बहुत तो वो अपने आप को बैलेंस में रखेगा. नाउ कंडीशन नंबर 3, व्हेन QC इज़ इक्वल टू KC. यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं when QC is equal to Kc, so if I put the value of Kc, which is K equilibrium concentration, so I will put and the equation become QC is equal to 1. So QC is equal to 1 means that the reactants and the products, they are nearly in equal concentration. Like K equilibrium is 1, so I will put the value and the QC then become 1. It indicates that the equilibrium state has been attained and both the reactant and the product are at equilibrium and they have the same concentration. Like the reactants are converted into products and the products are converted into reactants with the same rate, and here now the concentration will be the equilibrium concentration. Now the next is the extent of a chemical reaction. We have discussed the direction of reaction we can determine from the Kc value. Here now we can also determine the extent of chemical reaction from the value of Kc. This is also one of the application importance or significance. So now the question arises, what is the meaning of extent of chemical reaction? The extent of a reaction means that how much of the reactants have been changed into products. For example, for predicting the extent of reaction, we come across the 3 conditions. But actually, first of all, you must know what is the extent. Extent mean कि आपके पास ये जैसे हम जिस तरह पिछले डायरेक्शन ऑफ रिएक्शन में हम बात कर रहे थे, तो वो जैसे फ्यूचर की बात कर रहे थे कि रिएक्शन आगे इक्विलिब्रियम को मेंटेन करने के लिए फॉरवर्ड में जाएगा या रिवर्स में जाएगा। तो यहाँ पर हम इस तरह से बात करेंगे जैसे हम पास्ट की बात कर रहे हैं कि एक रिएक्शन फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में हो चुका है या नहीं, वो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में हो चुका है। तो उसको हम कैसे पता चलाएंगे? हम देखेंगे कि हमारे पास जो के सी की वैल्यू है वो ज़्यादा है या कम है, उससे हमें पता चलेगा। जैसे यहाँ पर हम इसको फिर 3 कंडीशंस में डिवाइड करेंगे। कंडीशन नंबर 1, व्हेन के सी वैल्यू इज़ वेरी लार्ज। सो जैसे कि आप पिछले उसमें भी पढ़ चुके हैं, व्हेन द के सी वैल्यू इज़ वेरी लार्ज, इट शोज़ दैट द अमाउंट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट विल बी ग्रेटर देन द अमाउंट ऑफ द रिएक्टेंट्स। Means the amount of the product or the concentration of products will be larger as compared to the concentration or the amount of reactants. As generally we can show it by the green arrow. When the Kc is large in amount, the above direction show it increases, so the product concentration is also increased, but the reaction concentration it will decreases. As for the reactants we have shown the down arrow, for the product we have shown the upward arrow. So the reaction goes to completion. Like here, most of the reaction it has gone to completion, like shown by the other arrows. Like the forward reaction show that it has taken place up to large extent, but the reverse reaction it has taken place up to small extent. मीन्स कि हमें बता रहा है कि ये जो रिएक्शन अगर के सी की वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा लार्ज होंगी तो ज़्यादातर फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन हो चुका है और ज़्यादातर हमारे पास प्रोडक्ट्स मौजूद है, और रिवर्स रिएक्शन कम से कम हुआ है और हमारे पास रिएक्टेंट्स यहाँ पे कम से कम हैं, यानी प्रोडक्ट्स रिएक्टेंट में वापस इतना कन्वर्ट नहीं हुआ जितने जो रिएक्टेंट्स हैं वो प्रोडक्ट्स में कन्वर्ट हुए हैं। नाउ वी कैन बी क्लियर मोस्टली फ्रॉम दिस एग्जांपल. नाउ when 2 moles of carbon monoxide gaseous form when it react with oxygen, it result in the formation of 2 moles of carbon dioxide. So here the value of the Kc is provided, like 2.2 into 10 power 22. So 10 power 22, it's very large power and it show the large value of the Kc. Like we have discussed in condition number 1 that when the Kc value is very large, so it show the large value of the Kc. So it means that here in this equation the carbon dioxide will be in large amount and most of the reactants they are converted into carbon dioxide. There is no such reactant now in the reaction. Mostly they are converted into products. This value shows. Now next is the condition number 2, when Kc value is very small. So as in the previous one we have discussed Kc value is large, so the Kc has direct relation with the concentration or the amount of products. So here we can say the amount of the product that is formed, it is less than the amount of the reactant. As shown by the Kc, the downward direction, it means when the Kc value is small, the reactants toward the upward arrow, it shows the reactants are in large amount, and the downward arrow with the products show the products are in small amount as the Kc is in has a small value. The below arrows with the black color writing, it shows that the forward reaction it has taken place up to less extent, while the reverse reaction it has taken place up to large extent, due to which we can say that the reactants are present in large amount while the products are present in small amount. Now we can explain it by the example. Like when 2 moles of ammonia it will decompose and result in the formation of 1 mole of nitrogen and 3 moles of hydrogen, and the value is also provided 3 into 10 power minus 9. So here the minus power shows very small value of Kc. So it means here mostly the reactants like the ammonia will be present, and the products nitrogen and hydrogen they will be in less amount here. Now the next is the condition number 3, when Kc value is neither very large nor very small. It indicates here that the reaction will be at equilibrium, and the equilibrium mixture it will contain the appreciable amount of reactants and products. Means in that reaction mixture the reactants will be present as well as the products will be present. Both will be present in exactly the same amount, or they are converted into forward or backward direction continuously. Like here they have given the forward reaction and the reverse reaction, they are at equilibrium, but they are in comparable means they are in competition. The forward reaction takes place as well as the backward reaction takes place, and both the reactants and the products, they are present in the equilibrium mixture, and this show an equilibrium stage. Now the example for this is also provided, like nitrogen tetraoxide, when it decomposes it gives 2 moles of nitrogen dioxide. The Kc value is given 0.211, which is neither very small nor very large. Now the third application is the effect of external conditions on the position of equilibrium. As we have discussed in the last topic about the Le Chatelier principle, so here again we will discuss about the Le Chatelier principle, and in papers most of the time the question appear, write a note on Le Chatelier principle. So you attempt it in a proper way. So here we will discuss it again. Like when there is external condition applied on equilibrium, so there will be no change on the value of the Kc, but it will just change the position. Like maybe the reaction will go in the forward direction or it will go in the backward direction. So we can explain it by taking the Le Chatelier principle. But now, what was the name of the scientist, or on which date the Le Chatelier principle was proposed? So first we will discuss about the history. This principle was presented by the Henry Le Chatelier, which was a French scientist. In 1886, he proposed this principle. So the statement of this principle is, as I have already discussed, when a system at equilibrium is disturbed by change in any condition, like the change in pressure, temperature, volume, catalyst, concentration, so the system will adjust itself so as to minimize the effect of that change, as we have discussed in the previous lecture in a very much detail. So now what are these conditions due to which the system may be disturbed? So the chemical system at dynamic equilibrium, if it may be disturbed by the different conditions, like the change in concentration of reactant or product. It may be the change in pressure, but in a gaseous system, like I have discussed that for solids or liquids, they are non-compressible, so there will be no effect of pressure on the solids and liquids, but there will be the effect of pressure on the gaseous reactants and products, or the gaseous reaction. It may be the change in temperature or it may be the addition of catalyst. So these all are the factors, or we can say again, like the external conditions, they affect the position of equilibrium. So we have discussed it in a very much detail. There is no need to discuss it again. Now the exercise MCQs answers are provided here. You can check in your books, and then you can solve first and then check tally it with these answers. Now girls, homework is there's a lot of homework provided to you, because the Eid, you will have the Eid holidays, so enjoy your Eid as well as solve these questions of your homework, like the short questions which are provided to you, that is question number 4, question number 6, question number 9, and the long questions is question number 1, question number 3 part B, question number 4, and question number 5. And the numericals, solve the numericals from exercise. And the project, there is also one of the projects, so you solve it, which is given on the page number 20. But this project is present in the short form in your unique book on the last page before exercise starting. And these all questions, they are related to the topics which we have discussed. So inshallah you will face no problem, but if you face any problem, you can ask about the questions, how to attempt, or any problem if you face, if you have any sort of question, you can ask. And next homework is, when you complete your written assignment, then you try to learn it for your exams, because you have no time further. So you try to write as well as you learn your work. So inshallah, in the next lecture we will start our next chapter, acid, bases and salts. Hope you will understand all the topics of this chapter. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.